Well, hello ladies and gentlemen. So today, main focus of the video is we're going to be taking a look at this guy. This is a Cold Steel Bushman. It is a pretty affordable knife, something that you can get pretty easily even from Amazon. This one was actually a gift from my daughter Anna on Father's Day. In fact, you might even remember seeing this exact knife when we went and investigated the Peterson Wilderness. You might also remember that I mentioned that it's not working for a Ferro Rod, which is funny because it comes with a Ferro Rod. Anyway, taking a look at the knife and trying to find out, well, what would make it work better? One of the things that I've noticed is that on the back of the knife here, the spine, we've got this anti-reflective coating. Additionally, it's just slightly rounded. It looks squared off. You can see that, I'm not sure. But it's actually just slightly rounded. And it's just enough that it doesn't really shave the material off of the Ferro Rod, so you don't get a good spark off of it. The idea that I have, what we're going to try and do today, is grind down the spine of the blade, and we're going to try and remove this anti-reflective coating, as well as square this off so that we have a nice 90-degree angle on it. And it should work much better for us for using the Ferro Rod. So that's going to be the main project for today. I want to try and get this guy up and working with a Ferro Rod, because as you guys know, it's one of my #1 sources for fire when I'm out on the trail. In the future, I might also do some work on the grip. I have some ideas about using either some sort of a grip tape or paracord handle. If you think that one would be cooler than the other one, leave it in the comments. Maybe we'll make this kind of a designer knife where you guys give me some suggestions and we'll try and make it happen. And additionally, if you look through it, it is hollow. The nice thing about that hollow space is you can fit a kit in there. And so that's something that I'm probably going to do too, is decide what's going to go inside of the handle of this knife. Additionally, the cool thing about that, and what Cold Steel advertises, is if you take a stick and shape it, you can put it through here and run a screw or whatever you might have through this hole and make a spear with this guy. It's part of the reason why it's such a gigantic knife compared to most of the other bushcraft knives that I use. Neat possibilities. It's a really neat knife. Couple of modifications on there, and I think this is going to be a great trail knife, something that we'll use a whole bunch on the videos and just doing the bushcraft thing. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this and see what we can do. It's looking a lot better. Let's see what happens. One thing that I did notice though, just saying, maybe using a little better glue would have been a good idea. What, are these things supposed to be replaceable? Anyway, let's see how it works. Yeah, that's definitely better. And it is leaving some marks, but hey, even the Mona Lisa's falling apart. That's going to work out really well. I'm excited about this. So another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is possibly doing some videos on some other aspects of my life. We've done a lot of outdoorsy videos, we've done lots of hunts, we've done backpacking, some how-tos, but there's a lot of other things that I do also. I do a lot of work on cars, not always by choice, but in this particular case, it is kind of a project that I adopted because I wanted the challenge, and I think it's going to go well. I picked up this rebuild kit for a transmission. This is something that's going to be a big deal. We're going to have this entire transmission pulled out of the vehicle. We're going to have it completely dissected, swapping out all these parts, and I'm just not sure if anyone would be interested in seeing that. So if that's something that you want to see, leave it in the comments. Let me know. Put it down there, and I'll keep an eye out for it, and maybe I'll film just this whole process if you guys are interested in seeing it. Or even if you just want to see part of it, like you don't really want to see the transmission come out, but you've always wondered what's on the inside of it, that might be something that I can film too, and we'll just kind of go through all the different pieces, what they do, how they work, because the transmission, just like anything else, it's all nuts and bolts. I mean, so long as you put everything together in the correct order, you're going to be fine. Do all your measurements, torque everything to specs, but it's not something that's completely unreasonable to try and do yourself, and I think that people don't realize that. So we're going to go on ahead, dig into that transmission. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that, and we'll do it. And then one other thing that is coming up is it's about to get cold again, and although that raises some opportunities, like I want to do some snowshoeing and some other cool trips out in the snow, maybe make some snow shelters, do some overnights, all that sort of thing, trips are going to be limited a little bit. And so I might be doing a little bit more gaming than I usually would, and there's been some interest in the past of people mentioning, hey, maybe you should do some recordings on that gaming that you do, and just talk people through it. And so that's another one of those things. Like if you might be interested in seeing some of those gaming videos, me talking through strategy or just technique, and trying to do well on the program without buying a bunch of junk and spending a bunch of money, let me know in the comments there as well, because if that's something you want to see, I can make some videos there too. But I'm kind of expanding on things. The channel's been really fun. I have a lot of ideas for bushcraft, a lot of how-tos, and I want to get some fishing in there. But there's a lot of other stuff that I do too, and maybe you guys would be interested in it. So let me know. We'll go from there. In any case, thank you very much again, and we will see you on the next adventure.